So transformation without an objective is basically just spinning in circles. You have to have a clarity about where you're going with this because a plan without a plan really goes nowhere. And also, you can induce fatigue really quickly in a team if you're just changing to change. And nobody culturally in or outside of your organization is going to be able to stand long-term change with no clear objective. So there are a couple of things that have driven some of the change I've been involved in the last few years. One is scale. You can't grow an organization unless you're prepared at all levels to be able to take on new business without having to take on major changes. And I look at, I came into my current organization, our security apparatus, it cost us the same amount to deploy a small 14 space parking lot as it did a 1,000 space parking garage. That's not scale. That is not tying it to business need. It's not tying it to profitability. It's certainly not scalable in that space. And I'm not saying that it was cheap to do both. It was the expensive end to do it, both of them. So I'd look at scale. How do we really make sure the solution matches the business so we can operate profitably? In parking, in real estate, again, as you look at transformation, you have a couple of things. One is, does the platform scale to what you're trying to do? Does it make sense business-wise that you have that there? You obviously have compliance and legal and all the things you have to hit, but you can't do it while losing money or inhibiting the operation. So you have some of that. And worked very actively over the last 4+ years to build that kind of scale so that we can change markets, move nimbly as we need to. And certainly no more than now, where we've had to make a lot of changes very rapidly. So we've acquired business, sometimes walked away from business during the recent months. Separately from that, in both parking and real estate, it's become increasingly digital. It's the same in marketing, quite frankly. And so we're always trying to attract customers. Those customers have always been people, sometimes they're organizations, but increasingly they are machines, they're artificial intelligence, they're nav systems, they're self-driving cars, things like that. So we're looking to go, okay, how do we get ourselves ready for where we want to be in 5 years? How do we ensure that what we build in the transformation is as future-proofed as possible? And that's a mix of both changing the way that we do our infrastructure, the way that we do our application services, the way that we do our security, getting up to the point where you change the way you do processes, and sometimes the people, both in your tech organization and in the rest of the business. Do you have the right people who can embrace and work in those new worlds?